back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
UFC Orlando is stacked. Yo, the same day that we got Mike Perry versus Max Griffin announced, we also got Renen versus Brian Kelleher. Former UFC champion Renen returning to UFC on Fox in Orlando, and that's a dope addition to the card. We know the UFC likes to stack UFC on Fox. Most recently, the Fox card was Robbie Lawler versus Rafael Dos Anjos, Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Mike Perry. We had some dope cards on UFC on Fox. That's usually how they like to do it. And this, it doesn't look like, I'm sure there's going to be at least one more big fight announced. And if not, I'm fine with this card. But just for UFC on Fox, I'm pretty sure there should be probably a couple more fights announced. I mean, it says in the article the UFC on Fox 28 card is continuing to grow with these two additions. So I'm expecting one more big fight, but just off of what we've got right now, I mean, check that out. We've got Yoel Romero, David Branch in the main event. That could be a title eliminator, I mean, in the middleweight division, depending on who wins and how that goes. We know Yoel Romero's coming off of a loss to the current middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker, who's scheduled to face Luke Rockhold at UFC. UFC is the 221 in Perth, Australia. So, Yoel Romero was a guy that was wanting to fight either Luke Rockhold or Michael Bisping. We don't know what's going on with that, but we do know David Branch is coming off of a loss to Luke Rockhold, Yoel Romero's coming off of a loss to Robert Whittaker, and whoever wins this fight could be campaigning for that next middleweight title shot. Then in the co-main event, we've got Tecia Torres versus Jessica Andrade. That's going to be a dope title eliminator in the strawweight division. I mean, of course, Joanna Jędrzejczyk is waiting in the wings, but Tecia Torres, she's already fought Rose Namajunas twice. Jessica Andrade is definitely the legitimate #1 contender with her performance over Claudia Gadelha, so that's a super dope fight. Then just in the prelims so far, we've got Sam Alvey, I believe, making his debut or moving back to another weight class versus a guy I don't know. Then we've got OAM versus Gilbert Burns. We've got Alan Jouban on the same card as Mike Perry. We know they fought Alan Jouban versus Ben Saunders, Max Griffin versus Mike Perry. That's going to be a super dope fight. And then as well as Renen versus Brian Kelleher, Sarah McMahon versus Yana Kunitskaya. Hey, let's fucking go. I'm down. I'm always down for some MMA, especially some UFC or some Bellator though. So you guys know I'll be watching this. I'm curious, is this card big enough yet for you guys? I know you guys, you can't be mad at Yoel Romero, David Branch, Tecia Torres, Jessica Andrade, Mike Perry, Max Griffin, Renen Brian Kelleher. That could be the main card right there, because on Fox they usually have 4 fights on the main card because it ends a little earlier in the night because it's on Big Fox. So that might be the main card, and if so, for those 4 fights, that's cool with me. The main card prelims, still dope, still dope. We got OAM, Sam Alvey, Alan Jouban, Bentley. Fuck yeah, what are you talking about? Stacked. It is what it is, man. UFC on Fox in Orlando just got Brian Kelleher versus Renen Barao, former UFC champion. Let the full-time family know what you talking about in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.